And welcome into our countdown to first pitch interview series. Today I'm visiting with head coach John Harvey. He's in his 11th season at Arkansas-Monticello. Coach Harvey, I've started my interviews the same with every coach because so much time has passed. I got to go back to, for you, it's very specific. It was March 11th of 2020. You all were playing Delta State. You got the game in. But other coaches have kind of referenced Monticello. I guess you guys might have been the only ones playing that day. I don't know. But they've said that they started hearing maybe that things were not good. What was it like from your perspective at Monticello, and how did that week go? How did it unfold when you knew that there wasn't going to be a season?
Oh, man, it was crazy because, there started to be rumblings during the game, and we were at Delta State for a night game. And, I don't know if it was our players that kind of heard about it or maybe some of the parents that were in the stands, but we kind of found out somewhat in the middle of the game. So it was really surreal. So you're sitting there and you're going, all right, so what do we do now? And so we just kept playing the game and coaching the game like we do every other game. And then after the game, we got the call from the athletic director saying that we were shut down. So, we pretty much drove back to Monticello and that was about it. There was not really a good way to handle it. And I don't know, it seems like forever ago now, and I'm glad it's behind us, but you wish it would have gone better for those seniors that didn't get to come back.
Yeah. I was just looking at a calendar. I think we're less than 50 days from that being 1 year ago. So,
right.
Some days it seems like forever ago. Sometimes it seems like it was yesterday. But
yep.
Well, I've also asked other coaches this, just kind of a funny question. What did you do to ease your mind? How did you pass the time? Did you learn anything creative? I'm sure you hung out with your boys some, but what did you do during all of that downtime?
The first couple of days, we just kind of sat around thinking that maybe we were going to come back and finish playing. So we kept with our daily routine. But then after that, it kind of set in that, yeah, we're not playing anymore. So, like you were saying, tried to hang out with the boys more and just tried to get some things done that, normally we don't get to do at this time of the year. So we fished a little more. We bought some bikes, rode bikes, started a garden, built a few things around the house, but got over that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Ready to get back at the baseball thing.
Yeah, I sat on my back porch a lot, and I said, all these people are out building things and doing stuff, and I'm just wasting my days,
Yeah.
But
watch a lot of YouTube videos on things.
Okay, well, since speaking of YouTube and video these days, everything's video driven. One more personal question about you, then we'll talk baseball.
Okay.
Where are you? What's right behind you there?
I'm in my office. This is just a print of Yankee Stadium. In the office. Yeah.
All right. Well, I know you talked about some of the seniors that didn't get to have that year. Let's talk about some of those returning guys that you have. I know you've got some big hitters coming back, and let's talk about offense first, I guess. Anybody you want to mention there, or just kind of talk about some of your returners in general?
Yeah. First off, the guys that left, there were a few seniors that didn't get to come back. They're starting their careers. Part of this season, you feel like you're kind of doing it for them, and they're definitely in the back of our mind. But the guys that we have returning, we have a bunch of old guys. We have a couple of guys that are in their 7th year of college and 25 years old. So
wow.
I think that's a first. Andrew Perino will return behind the plate. He's one of those guys that's in his 7th year somehow. Jordan Johnson is back as a junior. Cade Thompson's back as a sophomore. Feels like those guys have been around for a while. Let's see, Audie Clary, Grant Shepard, Dylan Borman, and we were a little bit beat up when we finished up in March last year. So I've heard some guys talk about how they were just starting to roll. We were not playing very well at all. So this is giving us a chance to regroup. But yeah, those hitters that are returning, we're looking for big things out of them.
So I saw Andrew's name on the list, and I thought maybe he's got a brother or something.
Yeah,
because I knew I'd heard that name for a lot of years.
Yeah, we had Nick Perino.
Right, that's what I thought. Well, maybe there's, I didn't thought maybe there was a third one.
and now Nick's back coaching with us, and then Andrew after he was here. So
okay, all right, okay. Pitching. What about pitching? What do you got there? And like you said, it's kind of a restart year after not playing so well at the end of that March time last year. So, what do you expect on the mound?
Well, Matt Lund will be back. He had a nerve moved over the off season, so he's been pitching hurt for a while. So that was good for him to be able to get that done. And he actually just threw his first max effort bullpen yesterday. So we're looking for big things out of him. Levon Cordova will be back. And he was in the rotation last year. Then we have a couple of bullpen guys. Some of our top bullpen guys will be back. Like Ohani Chacon will be back. Mason Philly, Jared Roberts, Connor Wilkerson. So we have some guys here that have been around for a bit. And
how did the fall treat you guys? COVID protocols and all those different things. Anything major change for you?
It was different for sure. Just trying to figure out how you're gonna, the normal stuff. You're basing your groups around class and that type of thing. But now who's in quarantine? We had several guys that were in quarantine. Not many guys that ever really had it. We've had less than a handful that have had COVID, but anytime there's a direct contact, and it usually happens when they go home. So you hate to give them off days, but I mean, you have to. So in the fall, when they go home for the weekend, a lot of times they come back and then they're stuck in quarantine. So it was a different fall for sure. You try to coach as much as possible, but you kind of feel like the COVID police most of the time. But this spring it feels a little more normal. I'm not sure that it should feel a little more normal, but we're trying to have more team practices. Like right now we're practicing in the morning because all the sports we feel like are kind of in season. So we're splitting up indoor time with all the sports.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy spring for everybody, but at least we're getting back to action. So that's good.
Right. And everybody's dealing with the same thing. So it's
And just lastly for you, Coach, it's a little ironic. Your last game is against Delta State, and then you're going to start the year against Delta State. So you get to go right back at them again, and that's not going to be till February 12th. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. Delta State comes here. We had a couple of cancellations late, so Rodney called and he said we had a cancellation. They were supposed to go to Florida, so they're coming over to play a weekend set. Normally we play them during the week, so this will be a first for us to play them on a weekend. Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. It's always good to visit with you, Coach Harvey, and good luck to UAM this year.
Thanks for having me on.